Good afternoon, everyone. This is Melissa Henry here at the KKTV 11 Alert Desk, wanting to alert you first to Barry Morphew entering a not guilty plea this afternoon moments ago in relation to the death of his wife, Suzanne Morphew. His hearing was set for 1:30 this afternoon. It was fairly brief. It just wrapped up. That was his arraignment. That is typically when defendants enter a plea on the charges that they're facing. Barry Morphew charged in the death of his wife, Suzanne Morphew, and he did enter that not guilty plea to one count of first-degree murder. Now, this is a case that has captured the attention of folks not just here in southern Colorado or the United States. It's gotten attention across seas around the world. So I do have a brief timeline of the case to go over. This has been going on now for 5 years, 5+ years actually, since Suzanne Morphew went missing in May of 2020. And then in May of 2020, a lot of folks here remember there were extensive search efforts for Suzanne, and they didn't find her until years later after she was reported missing in May of 2020. They did find some items belonging to her in those initial searches. And then in May of 2020 as well, Barry, again, Suzanne's husband, shared a video asking the public to help find Suzanne, essentially. And then fast forward to April of 2022, or rather May of 2021 first, actually, I apologize. May of 2021, Barry Morphew was arrested. So about a year later, after Suzanne went missing, Barry Morphew was arrested. And then in April of 2022, almost a year after that, the murder charge was dismissed at that point in time for that case. So that was the first prosecution effort against Barry Morphew. Then, not until September of 2023, so more than 3 years after Suzanne Morphew was reported missing, that is when Suzanne Morphew's remains had been found in Saguache County, not terribly far from the Morphew home. But again, it was a case that progressed over the course of several years, and then just last year is when Barry Morphew was arrested for a second time and charged for a second time with murder in the death of his wife, Suzanne. So still waiting for this trial to happen. Currently, trial date is set for October 13th. There are a couple of other hearings that were set today, one for March, one for, I believe, July, that are expected to happen before that trial begins. So a lot of moving parts here. Those court dates, of course, could change. The trial itself could get pushed out as well. But again, currently today, what we know is Barry Morphew has pleaded not guilty to the murder charge in his wife Suzanne's death, and his trial is set for October 13th. That's all we have for now from the 11 Alert Desk. I'm Melissa Henry, and I'll have more on this coming up tonight on 11 News at 4 and 5:30.